Good morning, friends. Welcome to the third session of bookkeeping and accountancy. Now today we are going to start with the practical problem of bookkeeping and accountancy. The first chapter is regarding to the introduction to partnership final account, and out of it we had just studied two methods, that is fixed capital method and fluctuating capital method. Today we are going to see the problem of fluctuating capital method but of final accounts. In final accounts, we know that we need to prepare three statements, that is trading and profit and loss account, trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. These are three statements actually, and these are showing you financial position, which is the final step of accounting cycle. Now today we are going to see this with the problem, and the first problem is given on this board. See it carefully, we are going to discuss it after that on the board thoroughly. Okay. The problem is provided on the blackboard, whiteboard. The debit side is showing you debit balances of the trial balance. Credit side is showing you the credit balances, and different types of accounts are there. Capital is provided. From the following trial balance, Messrs. Meera and Madhav, these are the two partners which are given. Prepare trading account and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2019. Remember that the year is given, financial year. Year is from 1st April 2018 to 31st March 2019, and the balance sheet also is provided. You have to solve it and give it in your solution. So there are some adjustment also provided. 5 adjustments are there which we are going to see in the solution. This is the first step of solution, that is trading account and profit and loss account. The problem is given on the slideshow that you might have seen it. Just have a screenshot of it, and then you can take the reference of that problem. I am going to solve it with you. Just write down that problem and you can understand what things I am going to tell you. The debit balances are given and credit balances are given. In that, first item is given stock, debtors, bills receivable, etc. and credit balances, bank order, bills payable are given. So while you will solve this problem, remember that you should firstly note down the adjustments. Adjustments you should tick mark on every item which is given in the adjustments. The 5 adjustments are provided. Closing stock is there. This closing stock is not an item of trial balance which is given in the trial balance, so you can make a star for it. Then provide provision for doubtful debts, rupees 2000. So you can mark it on the debtors, right in front of debtors, number 2. Then create reserve for discount on debtors. Again this adjustment is for debtors. You write there again number 3 in front of debtors. Then next is a 4th adjustment, value of leasehold premises. So adjustment is regarding to the leasehold premises. Write there number 4. Then outstanding expenses are printing and stationery, rupees 500. So write against the printing and stationery number 5. So you can remember that there are 2 effects of these every adjustment, as we were doing in the 11th standard. 11th standard we had done the same solution. We had solved the same type of problems but of the sole trading concern. This is a partnership firm. Here 2 partners are provided. There might be 3 partners in the problem. So 2 partners are provided. Of that we are going to find out the results. Additionally, we are going to prepare a partner's capital account too. So let's start with the solution of this first problem, which is a bigger one. Here it is given stock of rupees 25,000. Stock is a purely item of trading account. Okay, let's have a discuss that what should be transferred to the trading account, what should we transfer to the profit and loss account, and what items are to be posted at the balance sheet. Remember that in trading account, direct expenses and direct incomes are transferred. So first part of this solution is a trading account, and then there is a below that immediately profit and loss account given. In the trading account, direct expenses, that means the expenses which are directly chargeable to the production, are only transferred to the trading account. And direct income, that is the sales, is the biggest source of income for any type of organization. Here it is partnership firm. So that sales is a direct income for the partnership firm, and that's why it also will be shown in the trading account. Below that, profit and loss account will be started, where indirect expenses will be shown. When you will finally prepare the trading account, you will find the result either in gross profit or in the gross loss. Let's see how to solve this trading account. The trading account first item is a fixed, that is a opening stock. So while writing on the debit side, to opening stock that we will write, the figure is provided 25,000. In your example, there is written stock only, but there is against that date also mentioned 1/4/2018. That means it is the 1st April stock, which is the opening stock of the accounting year. So 25,000 posted on the debit side. Next is a always item which comes in the trading account, that is purchases. So we'll write that purchases on the debit side. The amount of purchases given 2,08,500. Now while posting these purchases, see that whether returns are provided in the credit balances. Yes, there is a return, last item purchase return ₹1,000. So that you have to subtract, so that firstly write this amount of gross purchases amount in the inner column less the purchase returns. The return amount is given ₹1,000. Nothing remaining adjustment for these purchases. So subtract it, you will get figure 2,07,500. Next item is carriage inward. So write that to carriage inward. Carriage inward amount is 3,000. Now two items are provided. Carriage inward is also there and carriage outward is also there. Carriage inward is the direct expenditure. Carriage outward is the indirect expenditure. Why? Because carriage inward is chargeable for the purchases of raw material, and carriage outward is paid for, is also chargeable for selling that particular goods which have been produced. That is the output of the organization. So it is a selling and distribution expenditure, and selling and distribution expenses comes under indirect expenses. I should tell you in Marathi also, because some are the students told me that they need explanation in Marathi. तर तुमच्यासाठी मी परत एकदा सांगतो की प्रत्यक्ष खर्च जे आहेत ते वरती लिहायचे, प्रत्यक्ष उत्पन्न जे आहे ते वरती लिहायचे, आणि प्रॉफिट अँड लॉस अकाउंट मध्ये तुम्हाला अप्रत्यक्ष खर्च, अप्रत्यक्ष उत्पन्न लिहायचे आहे. अप्रत्यक्ष उत्पन्न आणि अप्रत्यक्ष खर्च लिहिताना ते ओळखायचे कसे? जे उत्पादनाशी प्रत्यक्षरित्या निगडित असतील ते प्रत्यक्ष खर्च, जे उत्पादनाशी अप्रत्यक्षरित्या निगडित असतील ते अप्रत्यक्ष खर्च. मग त्याच्यामध्ये अप्रत्यक्ष खर्चामध्ये काय काय येतं? तर अप्रत्यक्ष खर्चामध्ये ते खर्च येतात जे विक्रीसाठी, सेलिंग अँड डिस्ट्रीब्युशन, ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन म्हणजे काय, प्रशासनाच्या खर्चासाठी जे खर्च करावे लागतात ऑर्गनायझेशनला किंवा संस्थेला, त्या खर्चांना म्हटलं जातं अप्रत्यक्ष. फॉर एक्झाम्पल कमिशन आलं, त्याच्यामध्ये सेलिंग अँड डिस्ट्रीब्युशनचे एक्सपेन्सेस आले, ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशनचे एक्सपेन्सेस आले, ऑफिस एक्सपेन्सेस आले, परचेसेस ऑफ स्टेशनरी आलं. अशा प्रकारचे जे अप्रत्यक्ष खर्च आहेत, इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेन्सेस, दॅट यू विल ट्रान्सफर इन द प्रॉफिट अँड लॉस. नाउ come to the next point, next item which is given in credit balances, debit items are over of the trading account. The first item which is given on the credit balances, that is the sales 3,25,000 less. If there is returns provided, that we will subtract. Yes, returns are provided in debit balances. Purchase चे रिटर्न्स जे असतील ते क्रेडिट मध्ये दिलेले असतील आणि सेल्स चे जे रिटर्न्स दिलेले असतील ते तुम्हाला डेबिट बॅलन्सेस मध्ये ट्रायल बॅलन्स मध्ये दिलेले असतील. दॅट यू विल सबट्रॅक्ट फ्रॉम द सेल्स अमाउंट, ग्रॉस सेल्स अमाउंट, so that you will get net amount of sales. So what is the returns provided in the sales return are rupees 1,000 only. So amount after deducting returns is rupees 3,24,000. And then next is last item which comes closing stock, which is out of the adjustment of the problem. So amount of closing stock is written on the credit side, opening stock on the debit side. So why the closing stock always come in the adjustment? Why it is not given in the trial balance? That question may arise in your mind. Closing stock is the remaining stock which is calculated at the end of the accounting year. So it might be remained in the store that while accounting that all, making that value of that closing stock. So it always remain in the adjustments. So in adjustment you will also always find that closing stock, and closing stock amount is provided in adjustment is of rupees 32,000. Remember that sometimes it is given two figures, market value and cost value. That time you need to remember this principle, that closing stock is valued at cost or market price, whichever is less. So here it is not mentioned whether 32,000 is the cost price or market price and what is the other price. So we will just put that 32,000 only. Now here it is a trading account over. We have to find out the result, credit balance and debit balance, debit side total we need to match up, and which is less and which is more, that we need to find out. You can see there is a 3,24,000, that is a more sufficient figure than the debit side. So there is a gross profit because debit amount, sorry, credit amount is your income side, that is your income side, and it is expenditure side. So incomes are more than the expenditure, at that time there is a profit. So we have to write there, gross profit carried down or gross profit transferred to profit and loss account. Now what is the amount of gross profit? You might have calculated it. It is 1,20,500, because subtraction of this is 1,20,500. Total of the credit side is 3,56,000. You can see it, 3,56,000. Transfer this gross profit to the credit side by gross profit brought down to the opposite side, as we were doing in the ledger balancing. Same thing we are going to follow here. 1,20,500 is your profit amount, which is transferred to profit and loss account. Now come to the next, the first item. We will go sequentially in the debit balances. Now again come to the debit balances. There you might found out the items of profit and loss account which are indirect expenses. अप्रत्यक्ष खर्च तुम्हाला आता डेबिट बॅलन्सेस मध्ये सापडतील. डेबिटचे डेबिटलाच पोस्ट करायचे आहेत. So you will find there to carriage outward, that previously we had discussed. To carriage outward, the amount is 4,500. Next General expenses are also provided. General expenses. सामान्य खर्च. General expenses 1,800. Export duty is also provided. If there is an import duty, that time we will write in the trading account. आयातीचा खर्च ट्रेडिंगला, निर्यातीचा खर्च तुमच्या प्रॉफिट अँड लॉस अकाउंट मध्ये. टू एक्सपोर्ट ड्यूटी. Export duty amount is 900. See, this is a profit and loss account started, where the result of gross trading account we had transferred to the profit and loss account now. And this is the debit side of profit and loss account, and this is the credit side of profit and loss account. Come to the next point, next item, advertisement. Advertisement is an also indirect expenditure. Now, see that there is an adjustment tick mark. You might have written their number. What is the adjustment given? The adjustment is in the bracket only. It is a hidden adjustment. Properly they are written, they have written clearly mentioned that the amount of 4,800 in the bracket, it is written for 3 years from 1/10/2018. 1/10/2018. Okay. So the 4,800 is the expenditure for 3 years, and we are preparing the final account for 12 months, that is for a yearly. For a year result we are finding. These are the all expenses and losses for the year only. So 4,800 is the not amount of expenditure for the whole year. So we should find out firstly what is the amount of year. For 3 years 4,800, for 1 year divided by 3. So you will find 3 ones are 3, remain 1, 3 6s are 18. So 1,600 is the amount of full year. But this expenditure is with effect from 1/10/2018. That means 1st October to 31st March of 2019. October, November, December of 18, then January, February and March of 19. This 6 months expenditure we need to take out from 1,600, because 1,600 is also expenditure for 12 months. So divide it also into the 6 months. 6 months amount will be 1,600 divided by 2. That is, yes, you have might calculated orally, that is 800 is the amount of the expenditure of current year expenditure. Gross amount is provided, we'll write that first 4,800. Year expenditure, 6-month expenditure is only 800 rupees. I have written it in outer column. Why? Because that is expenditure which should be calculated, come into the calculation of the problem. We should not write it here for subtraction. We should write it firstly in the outer column. So you might easily find out that we need to subtract of rupees 4,000, then we will get 800 figure. So 4,000 is the paid in advance amount for the further period. So subtract it as prepaid. We will write there less prepaid advertisement expenditure. Every adjustment have two effects. First effect we had given. Remember that. Second effect we are going to give in the balance sheet. Then next item is printing and stationery. Is there adjustment for printing and stationery? Yes, you will find that. Printing and stationery amount is provided 1,200, and there is outstanding. Last adjustment is provided to you. Outstanding amount outstanding means the amount which is due but not paid. That means it is an expenditure, but you are remained to pay. That is unpaid amount. So you have to add back that amount in the total amount of expenditure which is already paid. It is an outstanding amount. So you will get the gross figure which is actually you need to spend in the year, so that you will find correct result in the further calculations. So amount is 1700. Now come to the next. There is no items remain in the problem, so you need to go through the balance adjustments. Whether any adjustment effect comes under this profit and loss account. कोणत्या तरी ऍडजस्टमेंटचा इफेक्ट द्यायचा राहिलाय का हे चेक केल्याशिवाय आपण बॅलन्स शीट आणि पार्टनर्स कॅपिटल अकाउंट तयार करणार नाही. सो फाइंड आउट which adjustments are remained. The adjustments which are remained are of depreciation, provision for doubtful debts, and reserve for discount on debtors. So that we will post. First is a depreciation. So to depreciation on premises, that is a leasehold premises. What is given adjustment about that? The new figure is given. Adjustment is like that. Value of leasehold premises on 31st March 2019 is rupees 1 lakh. Amount originally provided in the trial balance is 1,10,000. Now it is 1 lakh. So amount is decreased of leasehold premises. So that is considered as a depreciation. So that difference amount I am writing here because it is a loss. As you know the principle of profit nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So it is a loss should be transferred to profit and loss account. Profit and loss account is the nominal type of account. Next is the next adjustment is regarding to the reserve for doubtful debts. So in short I will write there reserve for doubtful debts RDD. The amount of RDD should be calculated on debtors, and what is the debtors amount is 80,500. On 80,500 I am doing calculation here. 80,500 multiplied by percentages are given are no already figure it is provided. So 2,000 just I remember that discount percentage. Okay, that's why I just said it. That 2,000 is the RDD figure already provided. So you will write that 2,000. Depending on that, new adjustment is also provided. That reserve for discount on debtors, which should be also affected on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Both effects, RDD, bad debts, and also reserve for discount on debtors also will come in the debit side of profit and loss account. Okay, it is a provision. It is not loss, but it is a provision. Now, how to calculate these 3% reserve for discount? Third adjustment, create reserve for discount on debtors. 3% you need to calculate. We cannot calculate this amount on 80,500. We have to calculate it on net figure after deducting bad debts, reserve for doubtful debts, and then what figure you will get, on that figure you can calculate reserve for discount on debtors. Here bad debts are not provided in adjustments, so bad debts forget about it, but RDD is provided of rupees 2,000, so that should be firstly deducted. What you will get? 78,500. On that figure 3% you can calculate. So what figure you will get? That is 2,355. So that is a reserve for discount on debtor. Write down this calculation. 2,355. Then This is a final stage because all adjustments are over. There is no credit balances and debit balances remain on any ledger account. Now we are going to find out the result of it. Credit side is showing 1,20,500, debit side is showing you these figures. So when you will find out the net profit, the amount is 96,445. Already I have solved because many things are there for explanation. So 1,20,500 is the total amount. I don't have any space over here, so I am writing here like this: 1,20,500 and 1,25,000 because that is the biggest figure. I have subtracted all these items and got the result 96,445. Now this net profit should be posted to the partner's capital account. Partner's capital account yet to be prepared. Then we will prepare balance. Now in partner's capital account there is not any method mentioned here. Nothing mentioned that about whether it is a fluctuating capital method or a fixed capital method. So at that moment, how you can find out whether it is a fluctuating capital method or fixed capital method? At that time, you just have to observe whether the current account balances are given in the trial balance. There are no current account balances, so directly we will go to the partner's capital account as a fluctuating capital. Why fluctuating capital method? So partner's capital account only needed to be made, which we had learned, studied in the previous lesson. There are two partners. The partner names are Meera and Madhav. मीरा आणि माधव या दोघांचे अकाउंट्स आपल्याला प्रिपेअर करायचे आणि ते आपण कंबाइनली प्रिपेअर करणार आहोत. पर्टिक्युलर्स Meera, Madhav. Brought down first balances on the credit side. By balance brought down. Capital balances are given 75,000 on the credit balances of trial balance. Find out whether there are drawings given in the debit balances. Yes, it is given drawings. So we'll write here 2 drawings. The amounts are 3,500 and 2,000. Then we need to write the net profit amount because nothing any adjustment related to the partner's capital. No salary, no commission, no interest on capital, no interest on drawing, nothing is given. So at that moment we just will distribute 96,435, that net profit amount in the both partners. It is a profit, so we will credit it as by net profit. Is there profit sharing ratio provided? No. So at that moment we need to divide this amount of net profit equally, but we cannot equally divide because there is a odd figure. So at that time just divide it by 2 and give 1 rupee extra to any of the partners. It is the correct one, nothing difference will happen. So you will find the same result on in the balance sheet also. There is nothing different you will find. So what is the net profit distribution? I found that 48,222 and 48,223. So that the figure will match with the net profit amount. So new balances you will get after making the total. The total is 1,23,222 and again 1,23,223. 1,23,223 of Madhav, 1,23,222 of Meera. Subtract 3,500 from this figure, so you will get balance to balance carried down. The balance amount is 1,19,722 and the amount of capital balance on Madhav's account is 1,21,223. So that balances will be posted to the balance sheet, and that is the end of partners capital. The final statement we are going on, in which you will find the last tallied figure, and if it is correct, tallied figure is there, then our problem, our solution is correct one. So balance sheet is given as I'm writing on the board. Balance sheet, you must write the title as on 31st March 2019. You should mention the year also. Left hand side is your liability side. Amount, inner outer column you should prepare, remember that. Then assets, amount. Right hand side is the assets. On the right hand side, we are going to prepare we are going to write the assets amount, and here you are going to post the liabilities amount. The first fixed liability, telling you what? Fixed liability. The fixed liability is capital. The internal liability, fixed liability, it is given as we had found out the result of on the partners capital. That only we are going to write. The Neeraj's amount of capital is, final balance is 1,19,722. Then Madhav's, as it is provided, 121,223. Next, total of it you can find out by making total 4, 9, then carry 1, 4, 2, 2,40,945. Next item on the balance sheet are provided liabilities which are provided. You should find out the liabilities from the credit balances. From where I am taking them now, which figures I am going to take to the balance sheet. It is from the trial balance, from the credit balances. So first is a bank overdraft. Amount of bank overdraft is 5,000. Bills payable, as it is, there is no change, 12,500, no adjustment, nothing. Payment of payable or creditors is given. So as it is figure, and it will not be changed. 68,000 is the figure of creditors. Then two more items which are confusing in the exam, which might be found out, that there is outstanding rent and outstanding wages, unpaid wages given in the credit balance. Whether it should be added in the rent, whether it should be shown in the profit and loss account or trading account, no. If it is provided in trial balance, you should not add back it. As it is, write it in the liabilities. So outstanding rent, as it is liability, we will write on the liability side, that is 2,000 rupees. Then unpaid wages provided in the credit balance is 1,500. as हे दोन्ही आयटम्स जे आहेत, आउटस्टँडिंग रेंट आणि अनपेड वेजेस, हे दोन्ही आयटम्स तुम्हाला क्रेडिट बॅलन्सेस मध्ये दिलेले आहेत. यांना कुठेही ऍड करण्याची गरज नाही, ऍज इट इज ते लिहून घ्या. म्हणजे त्यांचं ऍडिशन करण्याची गरज आहे, कारण ते ऍडजस्टमेंट मध्ये येत नाहीये. ऍडजस्टमेंट मध्ये काय आलंय मग, दॅट इज आउटस्टँडिंग प्रिंटिंग अँड स्टेशनरी. That adjustment you need to write here. You have to give the second effect of outstanding printing and stationery. Outstanding printing and stationery rupees 500, because we had given effect of it in the profit and loss account. Now come to the asset side. Asset side, there is a first item. No, first item decided as it is given in the liability side. It was decided. Here it is not decided. As per the debit balances, you will write. You will find out the assets and you will write it. 80,500 is the first gross amount less RDD, because as usual in the 11th standard we were doing, RDD is subtracted, bad debt is subtracted, we will also subtract it here. Less reserve for discount on debtors. The amount of discount on debtors is 2355 as we had calculated previously while preparing the profit and loss account. The deduction of it is 76,145. You might have done it. 76,145. Then bills receivable. No adjustment regarding to the bills receivable. No unrecorded sales and unrecorded purchases like that. Adjustments are here. It is a basic problem. Then motor vehicle. It is a which type of liability? It is a fixed type of asset. Fixed asset, not liability, asset. 55,000. Fixed asset. Then next we will come to the leasehold premises. New figure of leasehold premises is 1 lakh and old figure is 1,10,000. So 1,10,000, out of it 10,000 is deducted as a depreciation, which is a second effect as a depreciation on it. So subtraction would be 1 lakh as per the adjustment, which is already mentioned. So in outer column the 1 lakh should come. Next, cash at a bank. $45,000. Next, furniture provided, which is also a fixed type of asset, that would be written in the asset side. Then nothing is remained, but we need to find out through the adjustment any second effect of the asset side is written. So there are two adjustments regarding to that: the closing stock first and prepaid advertisement. That we will write, because prepaid advertisement is an amount of advertisement expenditure which is paid in advance, which is our cash. We had paid in advance. Current year expense it is not there, so we have to write it as it is in the asset side, because it is our cash which is priorly paid. That's why it is treated as an asset. Know the reason of every item. 4,000 is a prepaid advertisement and that is a treated as asset. Then closing stock. Second effect of this closing stock. First is in the trading account. Second is it is in the profit and loss account. That is the final item which we had written. Now we can make the total and find out whether the balance of the assets and liabilities, total of assets and liabilities is matching with each other. You can do it quickly. You will find that 3,30,445 is the total amount. 3,30,445 is the total amount, and that is the tallied figure. And that's the end of the solution and the problem. Thank you.